Aditya, and this video is for the Cloud and Big Data course assignment 3, which is the Smart Photo Album. This submission is for Aditya Ojha and Ananya Kumar Gangver. So going to the console and going to the S3 part, we can see that this bucket contains all the photos required, and this bucket contains my front end, basically all the front end files. And the third bucket, this one, contains the lambda functions. Now going to the lambda functions, we go to index photos, and in index photos is basically an index function which take when a photo is uploaded to S3, it calls a recognition client, create labels for that photo and stores them into my Elasticsearch domain. Yeah, so this function basically does this, and my other function, which is the search photos function, does what it does is basically when a user gives a query queue, it sends it to the Lex bot, which is called the photo bot. It gets the labels. It basically, firstly, when the user inputs a query queue, it tries to disambiguate that query and try to get the slot values, which are animals basically in my project, and it gets the labels, and then it gets the photo path from the search index in my ES and gives the S3 link. This is the link. Now moving ahead, this is my Lex bot called the photo bot, and this bot basically shows all the animals and everything. User inputs, it tells me what kind of animal it is. Basically all the disambiguation of the query happens here. Now going to the API gateway, in my API gateway there is AI photo search. In the get method, in the method request there are query string params, and the integration request there are also URL query string parameters. Now in the put method, in the method request there are URL query string parameters as well as the custom labels which are required in our assignment, and in the integration request also there are HTTP headers which contains the custom labels for my assignment. Now going to my repositories, this is my lambda functions repository, and this is my front-end code repository. If any changes happens in these repositories, my pipelines get triggered, the lambda pipeline and the front-end pipeline, and this in turn changes the code in my lambda 243 bucket, which contains basically the index photos lambda function and search photos, and it updates these zip files, which basically changes my lambda function. Now this is done. Now this is my photos domain. In my domains, this is my photos domain, and yeah, so, and this is my DevTools. So all my photos are saved in this format. This is all the labels that my that recognition creates, created timestamp, the object key and everything. Now going to the front end, let's first upload a photo. Let's upload the tiger.jpg and put it as Bengal tiger. So I will upload this image. The upload is succeeded. Now let's go and find tiger.jpg. Yeah, so here is my tiger.jpg file, and you can see that Bengal tiger is written right here. Now I also want to show you two other photos, like for bear 2. Bear 2 was a black bear, so I put a custom label called black bear myself, and yeah, so we'll test this in our bot. Now let's refresh it and let's see. If I put in Bengal tiger, let's see what comes up. Yeah, so my Bengal tiger comes up, and if I put in bear, I have input two bears, so there should be two bears here. So it's a black bear and a brown bear. Now if I showed you the custom label, right, the black bear, if I put in black bear, it will show me only the black bear. Now if I want to see bear and tiger, if I do that, it will show me the bears and the tigers. So yeah, this is basically the front end, and if I see in the console as well, it is showing me that for Bengal tiger the object is received, the image path is received. Yeah, so basically this is how it's happening. Search for tiger. Yeah, so this is my project. Now going to the cloudformation.yaml files. So yeah, if I run this right now, it will throw an error because all of my resources are already created in my on my console. So yeah, now going to the code pipeline, this was in my repository. So this file, what it does is, if it finds that there are changes, it basically syncs those changes in my front end. Yeah, like using the AWS S3 sync command. Now the build spec.lambda YAML, this what it does is, if my lambda functions are changed, it takes those functions, creates a zip file, and then puts them back. So yeah, this happens like this, and then once it's done, it also uses AWS lambda update function code, and it basically sends the zip file version to my main, to my repositories. So yeah, these are the two pipelines. And also, other than that, my index.js looks something like this. Yeah, so it basically does the search photo function, and there is a which function, yeah, submit photo and label functions. This is my index.html file basically. And yeah, so that is my assignment, and thank you very much.